Hi there, Bob, Lou, Two Old Guys Garage, the Anglia Street Rod project. A little bit of an update here. The power steering pump down there is in, bolted, adjusted, connected to a fan belt. The reservoir for the power steering fluid has been installed, and the supply line from the bottom of it has been made and installed and connected to the input of the power steering pump. So that's all good. The radiator catch can, which was in this position, has been moved over to the other side. So that's done. So where we're at, oh, you got lines made already.
Yeah, my line's all made up for
the rest of the connection.
Yeah.
So what's happening, let's go back to the steering box. We had previously, I think during the last video, had this guy bolted in. We had the shims cut. And basically what we found out was that the angle of the single U-joint is past 35 degrees, which is the recommended do not exceed, and it's about 42 degrees. Which means basically what we got to do is we have to take this single U-joint, which is double D 3/4 spline 30, and we need to get a double joint. And we very definitely, because it's a double joint, to stop it from wobbling, we're going to have to reinstall this somewhere up here. So here's where the fun part comes in. We tracked down from Summit a Borgeson double joint that fit 3/4 30 spline, allegedly, and a double D 3/4 on the other side. And when it came in yesterday and this morning, we went to mess around and put it in. The Borgeson so-called 3/4 inch diameter 30 spline did not fit onto the shaft of the Vega power steering pump. Now, as you can see, there's no problem with putting this on. In fact, if anything, it's almost a little bit loose. I mean to tell you that at first I thought it was the wrong count on the splines. We could not get the Borgeson shaft to go past a 1/16 of an inch, if that.
If that much.
No, if that might be a 32nd of an inch. In other words, the Borgeson side of the joint that's supposed to match up to this is undersized, way undersized. Yeah. We actually tried tapping it on, and it's too much force, didn't want to do it. So we took a long drive down to Summit, and after kind of a goat dance down there, got the gal at customer service to understand, hey, it don't fucking fit. Well, finally, she went in, had them bring out a second Borgeson joint from stock, and wouldn't you know, that one don't fit either. Which means there's a quality control problem with that particular joint. I wasn't surprised that the second one wouldn't fit because the two were received probably at the same time. They were probably manufactured at the same time, so there's going to be a flaw in them. So now what we have to do is we have to come up with an alternate source to Borgeson that makes a double U-joint shaft that has a 3/4 inch double D on the upper end and a 3/4 inch 30 spline to fit that box. In the meantime, the other day we got to there because we actually did some moves, and if you look right here, we ground this down to get this to fit closer to the frame, which it did. We did gain a little more space here, and we gained a teeny little bit more angle. Tough shit, wasn't enough to make it. It's got to be a double joint. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up, I'm going to get on Lou's computer, and we're going to see where we can locate another double shaft that will actually fit the steering box. So this week, by the way, this is part 88. This would be segment 1, and I'm going to close this here, and we'll add on later as we get along. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, hello. This is Bob, Two Old Guys Garage, Bob and Lou. This would be part 88, segment 2, laying on the ground. Before I get up, I wanted to show what we just did. Is we removed the stock oil filter and we put in a remote adapter. And you can see those are the two lines that go back to the remote oil filter there. Now, we can't test this yet because the power steering pump is dry and we don't want to turn the engine over. But after we get the rest hooked up, Lou's going to change from break-in oil to regular oil, and at that point we'll test to see what, if any, leaks we have in this operation. So that's what I just got done this morning. And that'll be segment 2, again, of part 88. So with that, I'm going to get out of here, keep my fingers out of there. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hey there, March the 2nd, 2026. Lou, Bob, Two Old Guys Garage. We haven't got some parts in yet. One we're looking for is the double D shaft, double U joint, double D shaft to 30 spline.
Yeah.
30, 3/4 30 spline for the Vega box. We're still waiting on that. But in the meantime, we're going to try something else. What Lou has come up with is that aluminum plate there is, we're going to use that to bolt it in, rotate it, and actually rotate the box so that this guy will be up at a better angle to meet with this guy. Okay, so this is going to be up at a better angle, and who knows? We might, if this works, we might be able to get away with the
single one, yeah.
With the single joint. We'll know in a little bit. So what we did is we just took some tentative relocations, and as you can see, this moves the box forward a little bit, and it tilts it to, I don't know, whatever, maybe 20, 30 degrees. So we just determined that, yeah, we took up some space, but remember we ground this down and gained 1/4 inch. This being a 1/4 inch plate, we just lost it. So we verified, in fact, that the box down here would still clear the oil pan all right with enough room. So what we're about to do here is we're going to take this off, we're going to drill that hole, and we're going to bolt it onto the frame, use that as a pivot point to see where these fall, and see if it looks right, and then we'll drill these two and put the plate on, and then see how this works. So I'm going to pause at this point.
Okay,
this
so
is
that's our attack.
This is part 88, segment whatever, 2 or 3. You'll see it when I put it up. Okay, go on to pause. Hey, back after a pause, same day, March 2nd. All right, the steering box is bolted in. It's actually tight. What we did is Lou made an adapter plate out of 1/4 inch aluminum, tempered aluminum, and that allowed us to put the steering box a little bit forward and tilt it about 11 degrees, which in turn resulted in the ability to use the single universal joint at the top and bottom. And the angle of the dangle is about 31, so that's less than the 35 max allowed. And as you can see, we even got the pitman arm temporarily bolted. Lou, you want to turn the wheel? Okay, there's lift lock. And there's right lock. Okay, bring it back to the center.
Center right there.
Yeah, a little bit to the right. Half a turn to the right. Lou?
Yeah,
Turn to the right.
that's what he did.
Turn some more. No, go the other way. All right, stop there. We'll figure that out. Anyway, what it looks like we're going to do, since the box has moved forward, this end has to be drilled out anyway to accept the Heim type ends, but it's a little close to the bar, so we'll probably end up moving in, drilling a hole, through hole for the Heim joint, and then cutting that end off, and that'll be fine. Anyway, that's a great success, monumental success. The box is in. By the way, everything is tight. I mean, I've got all the lock stops in on the D shafts, the spline. There's no binding, and it works good. And in fact, if you look here, optionally, we could go back from the remote oil filter to the existing oil filter because there's plenty of room. And using two single joints, one at the bottom and one at the top, means that we do not have to put a steady in the middle because it doesn't wobble. And the phases are attached and everything to the correct phasing, so everything's good. So that's a major milestone that we've made, right? Hey, Lou, you happy?
Yeah.
Yep, he's happy. Okay, I'm going to pause this and get the hell out from under the car. I've been here too long. All right, be back later.